be friends.
So I'm in the car today and I'm gonna rant because Jaclyn Hill posted a video yesterday and I have thoughts that I need to say. Jaclyn has come out of hiding in a sense, and if you guys didn't see her video, it was literally 19 minutes of nothing. She said nothing in the 19 minutes. Hannah, my pal Smokey Glow, posted a video about it, and I watched her video, I watched Jaclyn's video, I watched Maggie Mae Fish's video again last night because I was like, I just need to like reiterate how much of a fucking con artist that Jaclyn Hill is. So Jaclyn Hill is a liar. Oh my god. The video was literally her gaslighting her audience for 19 minutes. She started it off being like, everybody's telling me to not post this, everybody's telling me to just like be a boss ass bitch and ignore the haters. Nobody's telling you that, Jaclyn. Who's telling you that? Who's telling you to ignore this? I seem to remember everybody being like,
hey, what's happening with the lipsticks, Jaclyn? Why are you disappearing from the internet? What's happening?
Gaslighting 101. She's telling people what's happening when it's not actually happening. And then she goes off to quote Kurt Cobain, which I was personally offended by, and I was like, keep his name out of your mouth, Jaclyn. And then she goes on to be like, I built my career on my relationship with you guys. I built my career and I love you guys. I love you so much and I missed you so much, and I just want to get back to YouTube, and like YouTube helped me through depression. You love the money you get from YouTube, Jaclyn. You only come on YouTube to post new videos when Morphe has a new thing to sell, okay? You don't post videos often. Don't pretend, don't lie and say that YouTube is your favorite thing. YouTube is your favorite thing because it made you millions of dollars. If you guys haven't seen Maggie Mae Fish's video about it from like an outside perspective, very, very well put, very thought out, super informative. And basically Maggie goes into how Jaclyn's rags to riches story is like all bullshit because her father was like an evangelical Christian con man who set up like a religious nonprofits for tax evasion. And apparently Jaclyn has another religious nonprofit that most likely is for tax evasion because you don't have to report those on your taxes to the IRS because religion. Jaclyn's video, after watching Maggie's video about it and finding out all this stuff about Jaclyn's upbringing and about how she was raised in a household of Christian con men, truly makes me just so conspicuous of everything Jaclyn ever says. I think she's a total and complete liar. I think she was genuinely hurt by this, and I think she's genuinely upset by it, and I'm not discounting her own feelings and emotions, but I think her trying to make other people sympathize with her is dangerous and stupid and a bad business move and manipulative. And it's one thing to empathize with somebody, to be like, hey, you made some fucked up mistakes and you fucked over your audience and you were only doing it for the money and you didn't actually like be honest with people. It's one thing to empathize, but to sympathize, she's trying to get sympathy. She's trying to make herself out as somebody who just didn't know any better and didn't have enough quality control. Then who had all the white gloves on, Jaclyn? Who had all the white gloves if you didn't have quality control? Excuse you. The whole video was so planned, so manipulative, and so ridiculous because the whole thing, she's bringing up all these stupid stories, being like, I stood outside the Mac store and I held up a lipstick and I wanted to be the CEO of a company. I wanted to start my own line. That's a dream I've always had. Fuck off. Oh my, I feel like her whole spiel is all bullshit. I don't believe a word she says. I'm sorry. Anybody who still wants to support her from now on and who's going to actually buy from her and who feels like they need to purchase products to support her, you're asking to get scammed at this point, because everything that she's done, literally the only release she came out with that wasn't a scandal was her original Morphe palette. Like, the original Morphe palette is the only thing that's really gone perfectly well for her. The Champagne Pop thing with Becca even had its own issues, as well as Like, as good as the highlighter was, that release also had its own issues. I've always been conspicuous of her. I've never really liked her content. I feel like she was always kind of a bullshitter. I don't know, I never watched her. And after watching Maggie Mayfish's video about it, I truly understood why I didn't like her and why I didn't trust her. Anytime I've ever met somebody that was like an evangelical pastor, I'm not saying like all Christians, like my family is very Lutheran, like we're like lazy Lutherans, but I was raised in a Lutheran household and all my cousins in Minnesota, they're all very Lutheran. I don't have anything against religious people. I'm just putting that out there. I don't have anything against religious people. Evangelical pastors, almost always, who I've ever met were bullshitters. We're con men, we're liars, we're trying to get things out of other people for their own gain. And so the fact that Jaclyn was raised in that situation truly makes me understand. Let's go over this bridge. Okay. Truly makes me realize how much of a liar she is and why she's good at lying. And this video was just further proof that she's a liar, because she's like, I could have made a video that was 2 hours long explaining everything, but I'm not gonna do that. Why don't you do that? That's what everybody wants. Everybody wants your explanation. Everybody wants to know what the fuck was happening with those lipsticks. Nobody wants you to sit down and just spout out the same bullshit you've been telling in every other video. And then you saying, oh, I didn't want to make this like a typical YouTuber apology. I didn't want to like sit on the floor with no makeup. I wanted to make it look pretty. Stop trying to make people sympathize with you, and stop trying to make people think that you're being real all the time. Stop trying to use manipulative language to get your fans to feel bad for you. That you guys are the reason that I'm here. I love you guys. I missed you. She loves your money. She loves people's money. Like, if I still see people trying to go to bat for her, and people who support her, and people who want to keep giving her money and giving her their support, I don't know what to do. I don't know what she has to do to get people to stop supporting her. I mean, I know stans exist, and I made an entire ass video about stan culture and how toxic it is and how people need to hold people accountable. Jaclyn Hill is a perfect example of somebody whose stans are pathetic and toxic, because she has done everything to make people stop supporting her. She has done so many things that would make people not want to even give her the time of day, and yet she still gets people supporting her. Oh my god, she even said in the video, she's like, I've had so many people reach out and like asking how I am and like sending me things. Yeah, because like your fan account on Instagram asked people to send you stuff for your birthday while you got rid of all of your social media, Jaclyn. You had a fan account ask people to send you birthday gifts while you didn't give anybody any explanation for what was going on. I'm sorry. I am so fired up about this. I was watching it last night and I was so angry. I was so mad because I'm like, she didn't tell us anything. She didn't do anything. She didn't say anything. She didn't actually give any sort of like apology, explanation, nothing. It was just 19 minutes of the same crap that she had been talking about in her last video, except without all the details and the documents that showed that maybe they were FDA approved in 2017. I don't know. Why post a video at all? Because at this point it was just useless. It was just asking for forgiveness and like gaslighting. It was just like, I was gonna post a video, but I didn't really feel like I should. I had posted this tutorial. I was really happy. I loved all the products, and I was like, nobody cares, Jaclyn. You're just trying to deflect energy, and you're trying to deflect people away from actually what they wanted to know in the first place, to get people to be like, no, Jaclyn, come back to YouTube. Fuck all the haters. People are not haters if they want to know what the hell was in their lipstick and why they were sold like contaminated products. I don't know. Just being like, I didn't have all the quality control I should have had is not good enough. I don't know. It's not good enough. She owes her fans an explanation. She owes the internet an explanation. And the fact that the video is number 3 on trending on YouTube right now, she owes everybody an explanation, or she should get the fuck off YouTube. I don't know if she even lost money. She has plenty of money. She has a nonprofit that's registered in hers and her family's name, a religious nonprofit that doesn't have to report their taxes to the IRS. So she probably has plenty of money. I have zero sympathy for her. I can empathize with her for sure. Hannah talked about this in her video. I can empathize feeling shitty that you failed at a launch, that you failed miserably. I can empathize with that for sure. There's somebody walking behind me who was literally peeing on a wall in front of me for a bit. Anyway, I can empathize with being embarrassed for failing, because like failure is, it's a terrible fear of mine. I don't sympathize with her at all. She doesn't deserve anybody's sympathy, because all of the problems and all of the things that has gone wrong for her, she probably had something to do with it. She didn't make it any better, any easier for herself. She kind of caused a lot of her own problems. I don't know. I feel like that's not unfounded. I feel like that's a valid criticism. When you keep doing the same thing over and over again, and quality control is a problem, maybe the lab isn't the problem, Jaclyn. Maybe the problem is you. Maybe if the same problem is the thing that is, you're the common denominator, Jaclyn. You're the common denominator. So, I don't know. Maybe don't try and come out with more products. She was like, I had products lined up for the whole year. Did you though? Did you have products lined up for the whole year? And then I'm switching all the stuff to a different lab. Just don't. Just stop. Go away at this point. Like, there's so many other people that people could support on this website. There's so many other beauty gurus that are not problematic liars that people could support. And you're taking up space and you're taking up energy and you're just making the rest of us look bad. And people are spending $300, hundreds of dollars on things. There may have been a refund, but there wasn't a recall. And you know why there wasn't a recall and why she didn't actually like accept any sort of specific blame is because then you would be liable for a class action lawsuit, and then people could sue you and get a bunch of money for it, and then she would, I don't know, go to jail, I don't know, and get all of her finances audited. And so the only reason I feel like she didn't accept any sort of blame, and the only reason she didn't actually address any of the issues with the lipstick in this 19-minute nonsense was because she doesn't want to get sued. And I don't know, if anybody deserves to get sued, it's somebody who released products that are contaminated that maybe gave you an infection. Maybe you should get sued, Jaclyn. Is that so far-fetched? And if I get people calling me a hater, sure, call me a hater. But there's a reason why I don't like her. There's a reason why I don't like Jaclyn Hill, and I don't want to support her. And the reason is literally everything about her. Sorry. Not sorry. This video was very ranty, and I just wanted to get it out. I wanted to give you the motherfucking tea. I'm sorry, that was terrible. I apologize. That was the worst. I'm sorry. I hate that TikTok. Basically, yeah, that was it. That's it. Okay. Go watch Hannah's video. She posted one today, like a couple hours before I filmed this, but I was just like, I need to film it. I need to get in my car and just yell at my phone for a while, because, you know, sometimes you just gotta yell in a car. It's very hot, and I turned the air conditioning off because it's very loud. So go watch Hannah's video. Go watch Maggie Mae Fish's video. Holy shit. Her video changed everything. Like, I already was like skeptical of Jaclyn and already had my issues with her, but finding out all this stuff that Maggie researched, I was like, oh fuck, that's why. Like a light bulb went off, and I was like, that is why I don't like that. That is the thing. Because for a long time, I couldn't pinpoint exactly why I had an issue with her and why I didn't believe her. And like knowing that she grew up with evangelical Christian con men makes perfect sense, because I don't trust those people at all. I don't trust them farther than I can throw them. Nope, not at all. Okay, thanks for bearing with me. This was probably a really weird video, but I might do more videos like this in the future if I'm just feeling ranty and I just need to yell at my phone for a bit. My phone literally overheated halfway through filming this, so I should probably turn it off. So, thanks everybody. Thank you. All right, bye.